You did close on a company then.
Yeah, I closed 2 weeks ago on a security guard company.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been crazy.
What were the details of the deal?
It was 3 million on a 3x EBITDA. Well, it's growing at 100% a year, and the deal took the deal took 7 months, 8 months to do. And so at the initial evaluation, it was like a 3.3x. By the time it closed, it was like 2.8. It's just because it's just growing so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you'd already been looking at that business when you signed up with Acquira?
No, I didn't even know what an acquisition was. I didn't even know what biz buy sell was when I signed up with Acquira. I was like, what? Where do I find a business in the chat? Yeah, no, everything I know is from Acquira.
What are your opinions of Acquira? What would you tell people about working with Acquira?
It's super valuable in that it's compiled all of the acquisition knowledge in one place. It's hard to find. I'm sure that information is out there. It's the information age. All the information's out there somewhere, but it's not all in one spot. Not that I could find. Even there's some decent books like Build, but it's pretty surface level. It's not very actionable, even though I could tell the guy writing it tried to get specific with some actionable stuff. But like examples of diligence questions, stuff like that, having some templates built. Acquira does all that. So it's a lot of hand holding. So I'm a huge fan. I've told multiple people to sign up. You guys I have one referral already. A guy I know has signed up, him and his wife, I think. And so I guess my advice is that the price is worth the hand holding and how it just compiles all the knowledge together. And something that I've told everybody too, people that I've referred, is that the video library alone is so valuable. I dive in there. When I first started, I was like going in and watching like one of those a day. It was so listening to the lenders, listening to some of the diligence stuff, other sellers. Oh, and then you get brokers on there. Yeah, I mean, the video library is just super. Those Wednesday calls are super valuable.
That's great to hear. And are you planning on like future acquisitions or additional acquisitions, I should say? Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna do it a couple ways. Like one is gonna be roll-ups. Security guard companies it's a highly fragmented space. There's no moat, which I like because now there's just a ton of players out there to gobble up, So I'm gonna be doing tons of roll-ups over the next like year to 2 years. And then I want to do I was talking to Hayden about different ESOP strategies and options. One of them is like maybe setting up a holding company and then going out and doing the same thing once we have the model down for this type of company, and kind of just building a portfolio really of security guard companies. I never thought I'd do security. I was looking at home services, the Acquira model, but just poked in there and it's clean, it's simple, it runs itself. Recurring revenue too. You're not chasing every sale. It's great.
Use Acquira's trading to find a security company.
Yep. In Denver, using biz buy sell. I have a kind of a unique story of my hunt. I did biz buy sell a lot. It's all I used. I was considering going off market because I was either finding just a lot of garbage or the good ones were like gone, like just two cash buyers, multiple cash buyers, the good ones just go too fast. And so I was like, okay, I got to get to them before anyone else because the competition was just too hot for good ones. And so I thought about going off market. And then I stumbled across the security guard one, kind of just like all the other ones, and I just kind of hit them up. And I got no response, but I was interested. It was like just kind of right. And the more I thought about it, I was like, oh, this could be interesting. And so I messaged again, no response. And Biz Buy Sell has a bug, or used to have a bug. I don't know if it's still there. But if you go in and you go to respond to your own message, it'll give you the first name of the person who owns the listing. And so I just Googled, Doug security guard company Denver, and it pulled up this Scout Security, and I was like, oh great. I messaged him on LinkedIn, and I don't think he responded on LinkedIn either, but I called the company, And you know how you got to be delicate because the employees don't know that it's for sale. So I said, I just want to talk to Doug about business. Coming back same day. And I was like, hey, saw your listing on Biz Buy Sell. I'm interested. What can you tell me? And we kind of hit it off that way. But come to find out, he was just kind of fishing, kind of testing the waters, see if people were even interested. And he didn't have a broker. He wasn't responding to messages, just kind of, I don't know if he was a serious seller. And because of that, I was the only buyer and there was no competition. And I think that's why I got the business. I stood out. My very first diligence meeting was in person. So I took the effort to take him to lunch. And I think that made me stand out too. But I found out in the end, he got 200 something interested buyers. He had a broker at one point, but because our relationship was outside of the broker, he didn't have to pay a broker fee, and that made my offer more competitive than other buyers.
As far as Acquira's training and helping you find it and buy a business, what would you say to people that might be considering it but haven't made the final choice yet?
I would say that you've got to look at the time you're saving, and you're paying to save time in your training because it's super accelerated. I mean, you learn so fast, self-paced. And so I learned, man, I killed that whole thing in a week or two. And I was ready. I was already ready to go and confident, in my diligence meetings. And so you pay for just knowing, you're paying for time, and then also you're paying to avoid mistakes. A lot, and I still made mistakes. I kind of forgot some of the training and, didn't ask some of the right questions, and nothing detrimental, but I mean, if I didn't do Acquira, if I just read buy then build and then went after it, man, who knows what could happen. I would ask the wrong questions. One of the reasons the buyer said he sold to me is because I asked thoughtful questions. And frankly, all of my questions came from the diligence templates from Acquira. So you know what I mean? I don't even know if I would have been successful without Acquira, right? It's just the experience, you're around a group of people who've done it. And so you believe that it can be done, and you go out there with confidence, and that's what you're for.